Yeah, okay. So, yay, it's our first meeting, two
I
people.
know. No, but it's cool because I mean, when did we meet on Instagram? Like
I
a
don't
long
know.
time ago.
I'm trying to think because I remember I think the first thing we kind of did was when I did that interview with
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that must have been I was in the holidays, so it was like June, July.
Yeah. Dude, that was like almost 6 months ago. That's crazy.
That's
Look,
crazy.
we've been friends for 6 months.
Books bringing people together.
Right, yeah, totally.
um, so I think we should probably start off
Yeah.
the book.
I
We have here.
know, I brought it too. Look at that.
I thought I was holding it upside down then, but it's not. It's just backwards with my
It's,
camera.
yeah, and
I
mine
see.
too.
Oh, just putting up like good stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so what did you think of the book? What was like your initial sort of response to it?
Well, it was like I think it was like one of the first times I read like a UK version of a book. So all your guys' terms and stuff is really funny to me, like because I'm not used to it. But I loved it actually. Like I didn't think I was gonna like love it, but I actually really liked it. I liked the meaning and how this girl handled her situations. Evie, that's her name.
Yeah,
And what?
I had to
What'd
do
you
that to you. I had to like just try and.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it so I could like look through it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I like how she handled these situations, and she totally was a girl too. Like she went through those normal girl phases that everybody goes through, which I thought was really unique, I guess, because people don't like to be real sometimes in books, but this was like a total real book.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think that's one of the main sort of things that stands out about it. Is that it doesn't really hold back in anything. It just kind of is what it is, and
right,
you can put yourself in like many situations, even if you're from like the US or the UK or probably other.
right.
I was
Yeah,
actually going to
totally.
ask about the terms. Was there anything that you like didn't know at all, or?
Yes, when I don't remember when it was when she got drunk or something. Or no, it was Ethan. Or is that his name? The first
Yeah,
dude she went on the date with? Yeah. When he got drunk, but he was like pissed. Like you guys say pissed or something, right? Is that yeah, and I'm like, pissed. Is he mad? Is he like I was so confused for a second. And then I realized what that meant. And so it was really
yeah.
that's the one that like stood out the most to me, which is really funny.
I'm
Because
glad.
we don't say that.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that it didn't hold back because I could. Because I remember I read a couple of like American books and sometimes they mention things I'm just like, what? And it can kind of get away from the book.
Totally.
But I
Yeah,
that I
totally.
can do that. I thought the style was really like quite good.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. So yeah, I think that was like one of the terms um that kindly mainly stood out. Oh, and like you're when you're 16 you go to college. Is that like
Yeah,
normal? Yeah. So like I'm 18 and I just went to college. So it's like I don't know, like we use university and college as like the same thing. So I was like, oh, they're in college. They're like 18, 20 years old. It was like, no, she's 16 and she's going through all these things. And so that was like one of the other things that I noticed that I was like, college. So
yeah.
yeah.
Um. So I'm looking down because I made notes because
Yeah,
I
no, totally. Do that.
oh
That's
God,
fine.
oh, ah, my notebook's falling. This is a heck of an evening. Um. So a lot of it was like feminism and like mental health, which just got it looked at. What did you think of like the feminism? Because I thought it was really interesting. As I think I call myself a feminist, but I think this book kind of serves as a quite a good like introductory type thing, so that
Yeah.
even if you don't know much about feminism, you can kind of read it and learn about it. And I thought it was quite good. What did you? Are you?
Yeah, no, totally. I thought that I liked because she kind of grew into a feminist. Like she was kind of one before, but then she like really sparked after she like met her friends, her new friends. And I think that like those new friends gave her a lot of strength in herself too. And so she could expand, like be more than just her mental illness in a sense. So I thought that was a really, yeah, like you said, a good introduction to what feminism is and how it relates to women and stuff. And yeah, just the one thing I can't get over is the dudes in this book. They were so awful. Like, I was like, I don't know. I thought Guy was gonna be like this bad boy dude, and then he like changes, I guess, but that was like a stupid, naive decision that I made. But then he turned out to be a total dud, and I
I
don't
wonder
like
if
him.
that was like done on purpose, because I think a lot of people who I've like spoken to who's also read this book have kind of said that they all wanted Guy to be like wanted him to be good,
Yeah.
and despite everything that goes on, all of the talks of him being like an absolute idiot to it, everyone still kind of roots for him.
Right. And I did that, and I was really disappointed in myself. I was like, what are you doing?
I was the same. I thought he was going to turn out to be a really sweet guy, and he would be like, come and like rescue her and all like be cute, and it just wasn't. That ended.
No. I know. But I was so proud of her. I was like, she like stood her ground and totally had this like mic drop of a moment at the end, and I thought that was super cool. So
yeah.
But yeah.
I have a question. Would you say you'd join a spinster club yourself?
Oh, probably. I think it would be fun. Just how they made a change on that word and like made it to be something better and different, I guess, and they were proud of it. So I think I would. I think that would be fun. I know some friends who would probably do it too. You can all make a club.
I would so start one. I think it'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's like such a sort of strong thing to do. Get everyone to join. It'd be so great. Everyone should have them around the world.
Right. Yeah. Totally. I agree. It was cool.
Would you agree in the sense that because going back to the whole feminism and OCD thing, that even though both things were quite prominent in the book, that it was still kind of subtle in the sense that even though it was really they talked about both mental health and feminism a lot, it still didn't feel too like in your face in the sense that the author saying, I'm trying to tell you this, I'm trying to tell you this. It just sort of felt kind of natural. Would you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was like almost subtle in a sense, but then again not. Like she's like, I want you to get what I'm going for here, but also take away your own like perspective of it, I guess, and own opinion. So yeah, I thought that was pretty well done, how she just wove everything together. And I mean all the aspects that comes along with being a girl and all these issues and stuff, and adding like the OCD part of it. Yeah. It must have been a lot of work. She put so much work into this book, I feel like, and she did an excellent job.
Yeah, it was really incredible. So much. Speaking of OCD, do you know? Actually, no. I'm going to go on to something else.
Okay.
You were saying how it kind of all forms together. Do you think that, the style was quite unique in the sense that it would go backwards and forwards in what she was doing with like the like, different titles, and then like a story underneath that relates to what she was saying above?
Yeah.
I like that because I thought it was really clever, but sometimes it could kind of was getting on my nerves. I was like, oh, I want to know what you were like. I want to hear the whole narrative, and then you're going backwards, and it's like, oh, like,
yeah.
Great, but can you keep going?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought that was, I liked the way it was kind of like set up, and how she told her story, which was cool.
Yeah, and the bits when it just comes up with like saying like bad thought and good thought.
Yeah, like this part. Can you see it? Like that.
Yeah,
and like bad thought, and then worse thought, which is like worse. And then she had those good thoughts, and you're like, yes, and you're just like rooting for her the whole time. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you go.
No, go. You go. I interrupted you.
Because I was thinking that's quite a nice way to sort of, well, not a nice way, but a more realistic way to put you sort of in her head, and to sort of, because I think personally OCD is sort of one of the mental health disorders that's the most sort of misinterpreted.
Yeah.
People just think, you straighten something out, or you put it in a nice neat line, and they're like, oh, that's OCD, when there's a complete other side of it that no one really knows about.
Yeah, totally.
I thought that was really, really smart, because it's like, it's a nice way of sort of figuring it out, and it also works with the book itself.
Right, totally. I thought that was a cool take on like her perspective of people claiming their OCD. Like, oh, I need to move this quarter because it's in the wrong position or whatever. Like, that's not as like OCD as she was, I guess. And I thought that was like cool. Like, she like got mad at people and was like, yeah.
I had that bit bookmarked.
Yeah,
I have it because I made little notes as I was reading.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I should have done that. But I liked her perspective on OCD and somebody who struggles with that. And she did, like, it was cool to get inside of someone's head like that, because usually you can't really do that, you know, talking to somebody. So, but reading it, she gave you that perspective, and you could totally like understand, I guess, more. So
And I just had something to say and it's completely gone on my head. But I like how both of them were quite realistic, even though the things are very extreme, like the Spinster Club. That you don't hear people do that very often. I'm sure people actually do it, but
yeah.
I mean, if you set up, people would probably be like, "That's a bit weird." It was really, it just worked, and you never at some point thought, "Wow, this is ridiculous. Obviously, this wouldn't happen."
Right.
And
it flowed. Like, everything just flowed, which is nice. Because I didn't like. Sometimes I couldn't even like stop reading it because it just like was intriguing, but also like it was nice to read, I guess, even though it was like such a complicated topic. It didn't seem so complicated when reading it, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, I liked, that it was like realistic, that it wasn't weird that these girls started this cool club. And so I thought it was really well done, I think.
Would you say OCD is something? Have you read many other books that, or maybe not just OCD, but mental health as a whole? Have you ever read many books with that in?
Let me look. I don't think so. I mean, maybe there's. I mean, I've read like The Fault in Our Stars, which is like cancer, but that's not the same thing. So I don't think I've read like something as seriously discussed, I guess, where it was like the whole plot. So I thought that, it was a new change, because I just posted on Instagram yesterday that I don't read contemporaries. And so that was like one of the first ones I read besides that John Green book. And I enjoyed it.
Because I posted a comment, actually.
I know. I keep forgetting to reply to comments, and it's so bad. But I've heard that's a good one too. Was it Finding Aubrey or something?
It was called, Finding Audrey by
Audrey.
I don't actually know how to pronounce the surname.
Yeah.
I think I've only ever read like 3 books that have discussed mental health, including this one. And that was Finding Audrey, which is a contemporary, and The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that one.
Yeah, and that was really good. That, and also looks at eating disorders as well as just mental health disorders. But I still think, as not just UKYA, but as YA as a whole, and quite a lot of other books, I think it's quite not talked about. Would you read more if you like? Would you go out and seek more?
Yeah, I mean, like that Finding Audrey book sounds interesting to me, and I heard like the Patrick Ness book was really good too. So after reading this one, I totally would go and read more that has to deal with it. I mean, this was pretty well done, so you have to live up to that one. But
Do you go on to read the second book, because this is a series?
Yeah. Isn't it a trilogy? Is that what it? Yeah.
I have a feeling they all go on each of the friends, because there's Evie, Amber, and Lottie. I'm not sure. I might have made that up, but I don't know.
Don't they go to summer camp or something?
It says at the back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nope, that's not that one. Where am I looking?
Where am I looking?
It feels like it's a race to find it now. That's a
I read it. I read it that they're like continue the story or something like that.
Yeah. Where does it say it? It definitely does say it.
What? The? Oh no! Wait.
It has acknowledgements. So then.
And then the Q&A things. She's wrote other books.
Yeah, I really want to read some of the others. I want to know. There's the manifesto on how to be interesting. It sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
But
maybe is it in the front? No, it wouldn't be in the front.
It's gonna really bug me. Oh! I found it.
Where?
It was in the like Q&A section.
Oh.
And it says, "Can you give us a hint of what's next for the Spinster?"
Oh, yep, I see it.
Going international. Oh, it's gonna be.
Oh.
Amber's going to America, so that'll be fun.
Oh, sick. Yep.
More.
I can relate now. No. Okay.
What do you hope to see in the next book? Is there anything that you want to happen?
Well, she already said there's gonna be nice boys, so
That's
that's
good.
one that I would really want to happen. Probably Amber to get to meet somebody, because I felt bad for her the entire time. Like, she's that tall girl and nobody likes her, and it was sad.
I really want to see more of Ollie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him too.
Because I thought it was really interesting how Evie sort of reacted to him. Like,
I was surprised.
Yeah, it was shocking, but I think you could understand why she did what she did, because she, as someone who's always a vulnerable one, to see someone else do it and be in control, you'd want to take the opportunity, even if you don't necessarily agree with it, because I'd want to give him a hug, personally.
Right, no, that's what I was thinking too. Like, the poor guy. And I liked that epilogue where she like texted him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was a good start to like the next part of it.
Yeah, I do hope to see more of him. That's my
Yeah, I loved him. Like, they were all talking about movies and stuff, and I'm like, so
I
cute.
like how it had quite a lot of normal conversation in it, like the whole thing with the movies. Like, you can imagine yourself having that conversation with one of your friends, so it was
right.
And it didn't feel out of place. It still worked into the story. It flowed.
Totally.
It flows.
Totally.
So yeah, looking down again. So again, going about this book being quite different from most other UKYA and YA in general, do you think that the strong female friendship between the three girls was quite different to watch? Because I think in lots of other books I read, there's always some kind of weird dynamic between friends where someone's like betrayed them, or there's like a weird trust issue, whereas these girls, like, just despite having arguments at the end, they're kind of there for each other throughout the whole thing for the majority of the book. And I think that's quite new, or fairly new to the sort of genre.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Their friendship it's almost like the way it started, they're just like the mutual friends between Lottie and Evie, but then it was like they became those types of friends that they didn't care if she had a mental illness, like they just wanted to care for her, and Evie had a hard time opening herself up to that. But I liked seeing that struggle between, like, should I tell them about my issues or should I not? I don't want to tell them, kind of thing. So yeah, I thought their friendship was different. It started out different, but then became this super solid, strong friendship at the end, which was really cool.
Yeah, because when I was like writing out these questions, and I was trying to think back over books where there are two characters or two female characters or more that are friends that are really there for each other throughout the whole thing. I really couldn't think of that many, and I think that's cool, because in real life people do generally have friends that are good friends.
Right.
So it's weird how it's not portrayed in a lot of books, although in a lot of books you are like in a different world. So
that's true. Yeah. Have you read Throne of Glass?
Okay. Oh yeah, her and
Nehemia.
And what's her name?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Nehemia.
Yeah.
That's one of the strong friendships that I'm thinking of right now, but that's also fantasy. So yeah. No, there isn't. You're right. There isn't like that many super. I don't know. This kind of friendship was just different, and it kind of stuck out to me more than most books. So
yeah. Oh, God, I was going to say. I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. I don't know why. So yeah, going back like over the whole thing, would you say there was anything that you would want changed or done differently, or like were there anything that bugged you about the book?
I wanted Evie to open up herself. Like, I wanted her to, be able to go to her friends when she had issues, like with her mental health. But I totally understood that closed offness that she had. But I kind of wanted to see her just, I guess, like break down and just have them be friends for her, I guess. What was her first friend's name? Jan?
Yeah, Jane.
Jane. Yeah, I hated her.
Yeah.
she wasn't awful, but I was like, girl, don't take a boy over your best friend. So I don't like that. I don't like when that happens, but
yeah, there was a quote about that really just me with my notes again.
Yeah.
But when it says, like, when she's talking about Jane, and she says that what I couldn't handle wasn't the dropping of me as a friend, but the selling out of who you are and what's important to you just because a boy likes it. To me, that made you a traitor against girl kind, against yourself. And I just thought, like, so true, because, like, I think there are well, not quite a few, but I could definitely think of some people who have done that, and it's just annoying, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
yeah. It doesn't ever work out because you're just losing that friend. And I thought, how she explained that was like pretty cool. Like that you shouldn't change who you are just because a boy likes it. Like I thought that was a really powerful hidden message in there, I guess. But maybe not hidden, but it was there. So
things that were a lot more subtle than others.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because when they had the Spin Slip Club meeting, the things they were talking about were really obvious because they were talking about it, and that was the whole point of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was great because they were so passionate about what they were talking about, especially Evie's at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
That mic drop moment. Yeah. It was cool. I liked that. So.
And but then throughout the whole book, there were just little things that she just said, like just sort of passing by in conversation, or that just sort of were in the narrative that just sort of were really brilliant. You just sort of had to read it and take a minute just to go, whoa.
Yeah, totally. And there's like a lot of those moments too, but I can't pinpoint them right now because I didn't write them down. But yeah, I loved all the messages within it. It was pretty cool. Oh, my favorite character though was Rose. That's her sister's name, right?
I think yeah.
She was great. She was like my favorite person ever, just because she was like this calm 12-year-old who like understood so much things that you don't really need to understand at 12. And she's 12, right? Yeah, something like that. And I thought she was really cool and added a lot to the story. So.
And I like the fact that she had a problem as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I just thought she was such a strong character to be able to go through all that herself.
Right.
And then be so supportive of her sister and just sort of be so wise. And it's just like, oh, you're brilliant.
I know. I just wanted to give her a hug. Because, yeah. And she didn't want to bother people with her problem because she knew Evie's was, I guess, more important. And yeah, it was cute. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm going to ask a question. I've just looked in this and I thought I might ask a question. Because you know, Ollie and Evie have the discussion about what film got you into films.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have a film? Well, not maybe like got you into films, but a film that you really enjoyed. That's a really random question, but that's what I asked.
No, it's good. I don't know. There's like, well, you always have like your parents have their favorite films and then they share them with you and like you need to watch this because it's my favorite thing, right? But that didn't happen to me. One of my favorite movies of all time is called A League of Their Own, which is about the first women's softball team in America, and it's really good. If you have the time to watch it, you should watch it. So, and it makes me cry every time, but it's so good. So, and I'm not really like a sports movie fan.
No, like kind of fits with this book, the whole kind of idea of women being awesome.
Yeah. And they had to go through that sexism and sexist people to be able to play softball or baseball, which is, I mean, that was like really hard to do. So I thought it's a great story. I love it.
Yeah.
So. What about you?
I'm trying to think. I don't really know. Are there just I think one of the films that kind of really made me love films themselves would probably be, have you ever seen The Grand Budapest Hotel?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't seen it, but my friend told me that I need to watch it, but I haven't.
Yeah, you can watch it. It's incredible. It's
Did
just,
didn't it win an Oscar or
I
something?
think it won a few, or
A
maybe,
few.
I think
I
so.
have no idea.
It was just, it was so brilliant. It didn't have any interesting themes in it, or
Mhm.
an interesting like story or anything real, but it was just, it's filmed in a really strange way, and he's the director is the same guy who did like Fantastic Mr. Fox, and it's really
Oh, okay.
like when you watch it, it's like so strange. Half the time you're going, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
The rest of it, you love it. It's just brilliant. I'm trying to think.
That's cool. Well, I'll have to watch it then. Yeah, because I mean, I've heard isn't it funny? That's what I heard, it was funny.
It's
Yeah.
a comedy.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what you class comedy.
Yeah.
But it's just good.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to the book now. Would you say you had any view that changed after reading this book? Because personally,
you cut out. Go repeat that.
sorry.
No, you're
Would
fine.
you say do you have any views that any of your views changed over the course of reading the book? Like, I found there was quite a few things, especially about feminism itself, that when reading I was kind of like, there are things I'd never really noticed that she brought up, and I was like, oh my god, that's so true. Like, there is a thing, I can't remember what it's called, but when it was like, when you're a sexist but you don't mean to be, or you don't know it, like, I can't remember when it was or what it was called, but it's just when you say things like like in a normal conversation, and it's sexist, but then you're kind of like, you didn't mean it in any way, you just happened because that's
you just say it. It's like when girls are called mental all the time or whatever, but Guy, when he called her mental, and like just because she wouldn't sleep with him, I thought that was like,
and like, yeah, the English like terminology, when so many negative words about females that don't have equivalent in males, like you don't have insters, you don't really have.
No, I was saying right. I agree.
Sorry, I thought.
No.
You don't have like spinsters, you don't really have frigid people, or just like all those kind of words which don't have an equivalent in male, which you never really think about it, but it is really true, really. Like, I was just thinking, like, I never noticed that, but now I do, and like when I'm having conversations, if someone says something, I kind of have to go, you're kind of being a bit weird there. I probably wouldn't say that if I were you.
Yeah. And I think that has something to do with, like, I don't know, just how the society is, I guess, and you don't really realize you're saying it until you say it sometimes. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a guy, so I couldn't really tell you, but yeah, that was a thing that stuck out to me, because I didn't really notice that before, and until she brought it up, so yeah.
What was anything about like the mental health itself, or was that?
Yeah, I mean, like you know about mental health, but you don't know like the extremes of it, I guess, and how that really affects somebody's life, and outside of the house and inside the house. So I thought I learned a lot more about mental issues and stuff like that than I would have sitting in a classroom or something like that. So I thought that was really eye-opening to how that affects people.
I have read some mental health themed books, but none of them kind of, because in The Rest of Us Just Live Here, the main character has OCD, and you see him, he also, like Evie, kind of has that hand washing thing when they kind of start to blister and it goes quite bad, as well as other things that were bad, but you didn't get the sort of mental part of it, because unlike in this book, when you had the bad thought, worse thought, good thought, it was quite different. And because I've also read about anxiety, which Evie also had, but again, it wasn't portrayed, and this was very, very unique, I thought. So it was quite different to see how like scary it can be, because they just sort of pop into your head and you really have no choice about it, and it's really kind of like scary.
Totally. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, and like for somebody who doesn't struggle with that, it's hard to understand that too, you know, like how these people have to live their lives, you know, almost way differently than me, I guess. So yeah, it was a great insight onto that, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything I had to ask, except for what would you rate this book out of 5? So I do want 1 out of 5.
I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. My sister's in here. She wants to hear your accent.
Okay, so 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, I'm going to check. Hold on. I think that's what I did it on Goodreads. But I don't really remember. Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Just because, I mean, it didn't have that, I don't know, that 5-star feel, I guess. But it did affect me. So, I don't know. I thought it was great.
Do you think that if it had been set in America, it would have maybe had the 5-star?
No. No. Well,
it might have been more like relatable, because you could, rather than having like the whole kind of thinking, like coming across the time and being like, what does that mean? Or trying to relate it back to America.
Yeah. No. I mean, I liked it, I think, because having those different words in there was kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting smarter in a way. I don't know. And then, but I mean, I think it would have been a lot different, I mean, set in America, because I mean, different countries do have different cultures, even though we speak the same language. So I don't know, because we say weird things that you think are weird, probably, and do weird things, and I don't know, we eat McDonald's and stuff, and just the classic American things. So
we eat McDonald's. Okay. I eat McDonald's a lot.
No, I think I don't know if that would have changed my star rating or not. I don't think it would.
Okay. Yeah. I was wondering.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a good question.
But yeah, I think that's all the questions I had.
Would you rate it?
Well, I haven't actually done my review for it, because I was gonna do it after this.
Oh, okay.
It's between a 4 and a 5, because I think
4.5.
after reading it, after when I finished it, I definitely think it was a 5. No, it's a 5 for me.
Yeah, that's good.
I think.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta step away and then you know, hear it again, and
sometimes I've read books that reading them is incredible. Like I just couldn't stop it, and then I put it down. And I'm like, that wasn't very good.
Yeah, right. And then even when you're reading it and you're like, but then you put it down and you're like, whoa, that was really good. There's a few of them on here, but yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was I thought it was a good book. It was a fun read, you know, because I'm usually reading fantasies or dystopians or something like that, and getting kind of a feel of modern day reading. It's cool. So
yeah. I need to read. I don't read that much fantasy. Actually, no. I read a lot of dystopian, and I read Throne of Glass. I read Throne of Glass, and then
read this one.
Which one?
Graceling. Can you see it?
Yes,
There's a glare. Anyways, my dogs chewed this one up. But this one is really, really good. It's one of my favorites.
I'm writing it down. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just Graceling. But it's a fantasy. But yeah, I mainly have futuristic books.
I think contemporaries.
Have you read this one?
Conan. I haven't.
Yeah. My favorite book of all time. Everyone should know this by now, but you should read this one too.
I read it. It sounds not similar in the story, but in the themes to All the Light We Cannot See.
Yeah, the World War II feel, I guess, and the historical fiction. Yeah. So those are some good ones.
I read a lot of crime because I study crime for my English.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been reading like quite a lot of crime, and I think crime is probably the main genre in which I read it and I really, really enjoy it, and then I finish it and I realise it wasn't that great, because with a lot of crime books you have to have a really fast pace, but then so that you read it and you think it's great, but then putting it down you kind of realise there were like loads of plot holes and characters were really silly. But
yeah, no, I totally agree. I think there was only one crime that I read. It was like James Patterson. I think it's
I haven't read anything by him yet.
Confessions of a Murder Suspect or something. But I didn't even read it. I didn't get to finish it just because I was like, so I think that's one of the books I should probably pick up again and see if I like it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of crime-ish, I guess.
I can see your shelves when you turn around. Have you read I think I just saw The Knife of Never Letting Go?
Oh yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I bought it in Canada. So yeah, someone on Instagram recommended it, so I was like, oh, I'll just buy it. So, but it's on my list, and my list is so long. So, but yeah.
I bought that the other day because it just, everyone always raves about that book. I find.
Yeah, all over the internet and everything. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool, interesting actually. So.
Yeah. So we can either end it here or we can chat. I don't mind if you need to. Yeah. What time is it?
What time is it? It's 9:48
in the morning. That's so weird.
Yes, and it's so weird because it's raining. It never rains here, and so when I was like, UK in the rain or UKYA in the rain, I was like, this is perfect. So.
I can't even see if it's raining. It's so dark outside.
What time is it there? 5:48?
Yeah, 5:48. So.
Yeah, you're gonna go to bed soon. I gotta live my life.
Yeah, it gets dark at like 4:30 now.
Yeah, us here too. Yeah.
Don't like it. I feel like I want to do things, and
it feels like it's midnight when it's like 6:30.
I'm like, I need to put my pajamas on and go to bed, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah. But it's good. It's a nice to like for reading. I find.
Oh yeah, totally. Especially when it's raining.
I'm gonna put my pajamas on. It's dark outside. I can read. I can have a hot chocolate or a cup of tea. It's fine. It's allowed.
Right. It's exactly. So yeah. So do you know what you're gonna vote for next month then? I was looking at them.
I'm not sure yet. Because I started reading The Big Lie. Because I actually bought it when I went on holiday because I was just buying a book. And it sounds quite interesting, but I haven't. But then when I kind of thought, I realized it was UKYA, and I thought, oh, I'll leave it in case I can like use it for the choices, and it's really interesting. So I might go for that one. I think they're all ones that I would want to read, to be honest.
Right.
Being able to choose them.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I still really want to read The Next Together. I really, really want to read it, and I just might buy it just to read it.
I put it on again because I remember we both voted for that one, and I really want to. I might actually because I think that's like the next highest on my list I want to read. Even though it's I by my bedside, which is like behind me, my little table like there.
Oh yeah.
Stack of books of like the ones I want to read next. And it's not actually on there. Probably should put it on one in my house. I've got like some crime and then like Carry On by Rainbow Rowell and
oh yeah.
Blue. Have you read the series The Raven?
No, I haven't. I have The Raven Boys, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh, it's so good. I really
know. That's what people say. Like, get on it, Kiara, and I'm like, I can't. Well, I mean, I have it, so I'll probably read it sometime, but yeah.
It's really, I have like so many books I need to read, and then I keep just saying, oh, I'll read it eventually. Don't know when it is. I've got so many books around my room. I have like my normal shelves, which are here. So it's full from top to bottom, except for the
books everywhere else.
And then by my dressing table, like, is that what you call it? Dressing table? I don't know if that's what you call it in English.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
Like a vanity table. I don't know what.
Yeah.
By the like the legs of it in between, because it's like curved and it's got the legs like that. In between are just stacks of books, like helping to hold it up because I've got.
Oh, really? That's so
I've got
funny.
I've got like a whole like mirror like over there, and behind the mirror is just like a stack of books because I've just got nowhere to put them.
You need more shelves.
Yeah, I'm getting some made. Hopefully.
Oh, good. Oh, sweet.
Because I just need them really
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just keep buying books, which is the issue. And now I'm
Yeah.
running out of room.
bad. Christmas is coming up, and like
What?
everyone's buying me books, and I'm like, oh, no.
I know. I've made all my list, and it's basically all books. So
Yeah, I've gone for book tokens, so I can read my TBR pile. And then
yeah.
depends like what I. So I'm like, I'm ahead of the game. I just thought that works.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I think that'll be. I don't really know what to do. I don't know how to stop this, to be honest.
Figure it out. I think, isn't there like a hand up button above my head, maybe? Because there's one above you.
There's a leave call button.
But does that
will make me leave and then you're staying and then you're stuck on it?
That's a good question.
Okay, I think
because I don't think I can't shut it down. You have to shut it down.
I'm so lost already. This is so
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
wait, hold on. I have to take a picture of us. So smile. Okay, let's see if I can.
I've got like a lamp by here for some light, but it's like burnt my face.
My lighting's so bad because my room's orange, and I can't take book pictures in here anymore because the lighting's just terrible. So I had what?
Everything's gone mine because it's all grey.
Oh yeah.
I keep turning around to expect it to be fuzzy, and it's not.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna take one on my camera or my computer, so we'll see if it works out. Anyways, okay, ready? Go. Smile. Oh, it's not gonna work. Darn it. Okay, I gotta do it on my phone. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. I wonder if I could put this full view. Oh, I can. There. I didn't have it full screen. Okay. Ready? Set, smile. Oh, I'm not in focus. All right, there. Got it. Perfect. Look, everybody, this is my friend from England. That's what I'm going to say to everybody. Because it's really cool to have people friends across the world, apparently.
Yeah, it is. I don't have that many as well. I'd say like a couple probably from Instagram, but I like, you know, on Instagram, and you know someone like lives abroad, but you don't know where.
Yeah.
I know you're not English, but you're
yeah.
That's I have like a couple of French. I've got some French ones from Instagram, and then some French ones from French exchanges. Which is, but yeah, it is
cool. Yeah, awesome.
So what book were you voting for? I didn't ask. Well,
probably The Next Together.
Oh no, we did. I'm forgetful.
No, yeah, I think that's what my top. I mean, that's like my top one, but they all seem pretty interesting. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether this is going to end up being put up on my YouTube channel or not. If it does, do you need me to take it down or anything like?
Oh no, I don't mind. Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of weird, us rambling on.
You can put it if you want.
Yeah. I'll see if because I'm not sure whether it does it automatically. Because I tried doing a test one before to try and get it, which kind of that didn't work. I had to quit to turn it off.
All right.
So, what's happened? This is so weird. What's the time? Whoa, it's
10.
For almost an hour minus the 10.
Look at that. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's count that because we were talking through Twitter.
For next time, what I'll do next time is I'll put the sort of link on the events page, so anyone with be on Google Plus and everyone just clicks it. That should be
do that, because that's what worked.
So. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether people are going to actually watch this from the people who were going to join tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If so, I just want to say about the blog. I can't speak about the book club page on my blog. The top half, because it's sort of in two halves. The top half is going to be the same all the time, with saying what you need to do or if you want to join, and just information. And then the bottom half will each month be the choices, and then the choice of the month. And each month I will redo that bottom half and delete all the comments so you can comment to vote again.
Yeah.
And then the Google community, which we have, will be for information of when it will be so the event will come up so you can click if you can, for the yes, no, or maybe for coming. And then the joining itself. And I think that's it. The next one is on the 13th of December. And yeah, vote for the next book because it will be finished on Wednesday, which I think that's a fair enough time. It's 3 days.
Yeah.
And if it works, I'll extend it.
Mm-hmm. So you'll decide on the 18th then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
But I'm hoping people will
not decide, vote, tally up. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's been a shorter time between this meeting and the next meeting, because I remember I started it in the end of October, so we couldn't do it for that month.
Right.
So we ended up having ages to read the book, so it's a shorter time, so I need to decide quicker so people have it. So
yeah, that's enough time, I think.
Cool. Yeah, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and stop this now.
Yeah, totally. We can figure it out. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I'm looking forward to next time. I'm hoping the more people that's going to be this was really fun. So imagine everyone else with their own opinions and
and a lot of people will chat too, so it'll be fun. But yeah, this was great. Thank you for still doing it, even though it's just me.
Yeah, well, if I had not done it, it would have messed up every other event.
Right, totally.
It, and I don't know. I really wanted to meet you.
I wanted to meet you too. Hear your accent and everything.
Oh, I love the American accent. So cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna press stop broadcast now.
Yeah.
Whether you're gonna disappear or whether it will just not be live anymore.
Should I leave first?
I don't know. I'll just press stop broadcast and we'll see what happens. So
okay.
This is the end of the live. So
yeah. Bye.